Hello and welcome back to Resources Week from Hope Lutheran Church. All week long, we're taking a look at different resources that are available to you to help you in your walk with the Lord. And today, we're going to be focusing on things for kids. There are loads of good resources available for children. And we're going to start off with the Story Bible. This is a great resource for reading with children. This is not something most kids are going to be able to necessarily just read on their own, but you can read this with them. And there are a lot of good pictures, realistic looking pictures. See, and I think that is helpful because it helps to remind the children that these things are real. We're talking about real events, real history, and this takes you through basically the whole Bible, hitting on the high points. It doesn't take you through the entire Bible, but it hits on kind of the main themes, the main storyline that runs throughout the Bible. And if you read through this whole thing with your children, they will have a better understanding of kind of the big picture of the Bible. You probably will too, but they'll know those basic Bible stories so that when we talk about Moses and David and Abraham and Samuel, they'll know, oh yeah, I know about that guy. I should mention too, one of the other really good things about the storybook Bible is, or the story Bible, is that each one has some questions that you can go through. So, ask these questions, and then it has maybe a craft or an idea you can do with kids. And a little prayer you can use with them. But this helps you kind of get to the main thing about what you might want to be taking away from this. And so if you're not quite sure, it helps you as a parent to know, all right, what should my child learn from this? It also has different words that might occur that they might not understand. And so it puts those off to the side. And then in the back, you have the explanation of those words. So here in the back, you have the glossary. And it explains those terms. So you say, well, I don't know what a rabbi is. Well, okay, you look here and look up rabbi, and it says title of honor for a Jewish teacher of the law. All right, now you know. Now your kid might have a better idea of that too. All right, so one of the tools we've used with our children that has been great, all of our kids have read through this, is the Picture Bible. And the Picture Bible uses comic book type format to take you through, again, the main storylines throughout the Bible, including, of course, the most important, the life of Christ and the death, resurrection of Christ. But it does it in a way that's very, very, very understandable, but also keeps the attention for a child. These aren't long. They don't take long to go through, but the pictures are helpful in keeping the attention of a child, and the words and everything. Most of this could be read by a child of 6 or 7, maybe with some help on some parts of it, but they can start actually participating in doing some of the reading for themselves. Usually with our kids, we start out and I'm reading all of this, and as we go, they start reading parts of it, or maybe the entire part, and I just help them as they go. But if you're an adult and you haven't read through this, if you do, you'll probably have a better idea of just the basic overview of the Bible. It's really helpful for adults to go through something like this, because it can be confusing, the history, and this really presents it pretty clearly. Now, once children have gone through that, they might want to start actually reading the Bible for themselves, and there's some really good resources to get started with that. This is the Gospel of Luke in simplified words. This is the International Children's Bible. That's the translation. So it's very simple. But it's, again, in comic book form. Now, the difference with this is just the Gospel of Luke, but it is the entire Gospel of Luke. So this is a translation of the Greek. And if you read through this, you're reading through the entire Gospel of Luke, but you're also getting the pictures to be able to go through that. And this is a good transition to starting to read the Bible for themselves. So you have these available where it's just one book of the Bible. We have some of these here at Hope available in the library, as well as those others that I've already talked about. All of these are available in our church library. And then you have the entire New Testament available in that way. And it's a really good way for kids to start being able to read the Bible, but have it not be quite so overwhelming. Now, once they have gotten to the point where they're ready to just read a straight-up Bible, a lot of times parents want to buy a Bible like this, where it's a children's Bible. It's the whole Bible, but it's, on the cover it shows for kids, that kind of thing. It's fine, but let me suggest not doing that, but rather buy them a real Bible. Buy them a Bible that doesn't look like a children's Bible. Why? Because they want to mature. They want to move beyond being thought of as a little kid. And if it looks like something for a little kid, they're going to think, well, I should be able to be beyond that. I want to do those adult kinds of things. Well, buy a New Living Translation or a Christian Standard Bible, CSB. So NLT, CSB, those are not as word for word as, say, the ESV, the English Standard Version that we use in church, but they're very understandable. So, for instance, Bo and I are reading through the Gospel of Matthew together. He reads a paragraph, I read a paragraph. And we don't read a lot. We probably read 10 or 15 verses a night. But he's getting in the habit of reading the Bible for himself, and I'm able to help him read some of those words he doesn't know, but over time he learns them for himself. And it's important to him that he has his own Bible, and it doesn't look like a kid's Bible. It looks like a real Bible, because he wants to actually read the real Bible, and if it looks like a kid's Bible, he's not going to think it is the same thing. So let me encourage you to think about getting a real Bible for your child. One more thing, as far as that the books go, this is the Encyclopedia of the Bible. There's various ones like this, but it's kind of cool because it has pictures of things from Bible times. And if you have a child that just likes to see things, learn about things, this might be something they would be interested in. This actually might be something you would be interested in too, because it helps you to actually see what the landscape of the Bible looks like, and it shows different tools that they would use in Bible times. And things that you hear about, but you don't quite necessarily understand them. Really, really good. Really helpful to visualize things, make it, again, real to them, because it shows these things happen in real places with real things with real people. All right. The last thing I want to suggest to you is you can check out the site, but Slugs and Bugs. Slugs and Bugs is it's a Randall Goodgame. He makes all kinds of music for children, and it's fun and it's enjoyable to listen to. As an adult, you're not going to hate it. You're going to actually think it's kind of fun. And he does a good job of having some fun songs that are just goofy and having some songs that actually are teaching the faith as well. In fact, a couple of his CDs are just Bible verses that he puts to music and does in a kind of a fun way. And kids learn the Bible verse because they're learning the song. And they're able to take that and understand it, and now they've memorized the Bible verse without realizing that they've memorized it. So check out that site, check out that music. My kids love it. They still enjoy listening to all of those songs even now. So, all right, that does it for today. We'll have one more resources video for you tomorrow. God's blessings, and have a great day.